Dividend aristocrats are a group of companies that have increased their dividends for at least 25 consecutive years. For good reason, these companies are considered to be some of the most stable and reliable dividend payers in the market and can be a great way to generate income and build wealth over time. And one of these companies is Essex Property Trust, Inc., which is a self-administered and self-managed real estate investment trust. The company is engaged primarily in the ownership, operation, management, acquisition, development, and redevelopment of apartment communities located along the west coast of the United States. The company operates primarily through three segments: California, Northern California, and the Seattle Metro. The company owns interests in about 252 operating apartment communities, or about 62,000 apartment units, and the current dividend rate is about 3.84%. And we're now looking at a 20-year monthly chart on Essex Property Trust. And as you can see in the upper left, the symbol is ESS. And for disclosure purposes, I do not hold any shares of Essex at this time. Now, simply looking at the price chart, here, 2009, a very steep decline, but a nice move all the way on up here with the top at $350. So from 2009 at around $50 a share, it went all the way up to $350. But we've had a pretty steep decline here, but it looks like it wants to bottom and base. In fact, it looks like it wants to take a run. We're at 239.77. Now, moving down here to the oscillators quickly, volume looks like it has an uptick, which is good. And then into the MACD. The MACD is pretty steep decline there, the steepest in this chart, even steeper than 2009. So from this point here in 2018, each low was lower all the way to the current low. But I think that this is going to be over relatively soon with the uptick there in the fast line wanting to head on up, and I think it'll go through that slow line. The red is the slow line in about a month or two, but it looks like the price is already moving. We are a ways from that zero line, so we do have a bit of distance to go, but I think things are moving on up as shown here in the histogram. Again, very steep there, but the incline, the move on up, very sharp in its own. Here into the price rate of change, same thing. Fast line just crossed through that slow line at the negative 100, so very negative, but I think things are improving. Moving on down here, the relative strength index is moving on up toward that mid or 50 level, and you'll see also here in stochastics as well as in the Williams, things are improving. So back on up to the price chart, my sense is that this may take a little longer for all the charts to be in total sync with an upward movement, but I think that the price chart is already heading on up in anticipation of some rate declines or rate cuts. Yes, I know, July we may get another rate increase, but I think the market's telling you that things are stabilizing and improving, and I would expect by 2024 we may have some rate cuts in sight. But as usual, conduct your due diligence because the risk is all yours. ChewDog out.